So you guys, there's my list of things, some things that were surprising to me, you might find surprising too. I hope you can use them and take something away from me so that you can be more prepared next. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my modern homestead. If you don't already know, my name is Janet, and I'm so happy you're here. Today is a little bit different of a video for me, but it's one I've actually been asked to create. Some people have asked for advice from someone who's actually gone through the hurricane and who had prepared before. Someone has asked, what did you prepare for? What have you found that you needed the most? What were your preps that you were glad you did? What do you see are things you needed more of? So luckily, before I was even asked that, I had already started a list of what things I found most important to me in case something like this ever happened again. So I'm going to go through first a timeline of things that happened. Why? Why should you prepare even if you're not getting a warning? It's crucial, you guys, crucial. I'm going to tell you why. And once you get to the point where you need those supplies, what were the most important? What are the most important? At least for me, in my area and my needs. Yours may vary. Your list may not look like mine. You may need different things. But what did I need? So first of all, let me give you a timeline. Because so many people are like, why? Why do you keep so much stuff? Why do you prepare so much? Because you guys, you can't wait till the last minute, number one. Number two, who's going to take care of you? Whose job is it to take care of you? It's not your local government, guys. It's not your federal government. Your number one source for taking care of you, first, is God. Second is yourself. Third, friends, family, community, anybody around you that can help. That you've got to have enough forethought and responsibility to take care of yourself. That's so important, because if you can take care of yourself, you can help take care of people around you. You can take pressure off of government. Guys, it's important. And God gave me wisdom through all of this to get ready. I knew well ahead of time. No, I didn't hear an audible voice, but I knew. I knew what I needed to do to get ready. So let's start with the timeline, and I'll tell you why. And I just thank God for His wisdom and sharing with me and telling me. And I tried in ways I could without going against what was being put out to let people know, please get ready. So Thursday, whatever the day was before the hurricane came in, I can't even remember now. My days are so mixed up. But the afternoon before, at 3:19, Alyssa and I had gone out to get a few last minute supplies because I kept looking at information and I knew information I was getting was not correct. I knew this hurricane was coming over me, or I was going to be right in that northeast side that you don't want to be on because of winds and tornadoes. So I knew that was where I was going to be, and I knew I didn't have quite everything I needed. So we left to go get things, but we got caught in a tornado warning in the town we were in. That was at 3:19. And that was the last, no, I take that back. I'm not sure if that was the one in the town we were in or the one after we got back. But when I was in that town, we got the tornado warning. We stopped at a Chick-fil-A, waited. This would have had to have been the last one after we got home, because that one ended at 2:15 and we traveled home. Then at 3:19, I was in the kitchen putting things away, trying to get supper in the oven. We got a tornado warning. That was the last warning we got. And that was well before the hurricane ever made landfall in Florida. At 3:26, my nephew sent a message, asked was I hunkered down. I said, why? He sent a picture of a tornado warning. There were 4 warnings all around me. I didn't get any warning on my phone. 3:19 was the last tornado warning I got. I did get a hurricane warning finally at 5:32 the evening before the hurricane made landfall. 5:32 the evening before in South Georgia. At 9:30 that night, my nephew again sent me another warning. I had people all around me that knew I wasn't getting warnings. I wasn't the only one not getting warnings. My whole area was not getting warnings. The people west of me, I'm not going to give you my location, but if you want to know where I'm at, you know my address on my channel for my P.O. box. I don't live there. I intentionally keep that in a separate city. But I live somewhere between there and
Oh, my star is Vidalia.
so you can look up where my P.O. box is, McCrae, Helene. In between there, you have Mount Vernon. You have Mount Ailey. You have
Vidalia.
then you have Lyons. I am in that area, but I will not give you my location exactly. That information is widely available. You can look at it online. There's drone coverage, there's pictures, there's news reports. So there's that. Now, that's the why, you guys. We weren't warned. Our area wasn't given a large amount of time to get ready. Some counties, they weren't even given a hurricane warning. The area where my P.O. box is was warned for a hurricane long before. The next county was added later, and then the next counties over were not added at all. All they had was a tropical storm warning. So that's the why, you guys. You cannot always count on information for whatever reason. Now, once it hit and once we had the damage and it's the next day, what were those things I found most important? You might find some of them surprising. So I made a list there. It's not in any order. It's just things as I used them or as they came to mind. I wrote them down. So in case we ever go through anything like this again, I know what I need the most. And I just want to stop here and say, as bad as it was where we were, God bless the people north of us who went through the flooding. Even if they had prepared, you guys, all that was washed away. They didn't have time to even get themselves out. So please know that I know that, and that's in my heart, and I'm so sorry to anybody affected by that. But for those who are left and can prepare and use those preps, this is my list. First of all, the generator. If you don't already have one, please get one. We don't have a big one. We sure don't have one for the whole house, but we have one big enough to run freezers, refrigerators, charge phones. We actually went out and bought a very small, the smallest one we could find, window unit that at night we run in the bedroom. And we close that one bedroom off, and that's where we sleep. So, a generator, if you can get one. Battery packs and chargers. You know, the little packs you can get that, they're little block-like things that you can plug your phones into and charge. Those are great, especially for serving that in-between time before you can get the generator going. Styrofoam cups or disposable cups, plates, napkins, forks, spoons, because once you lose power, it's harder to wash dishes, and you really kind of don't want to because you don't want to use that valuable water to be washing dishes. If you get paper, you can always burn them safely. napkins, paper towels, toilet paper, easy and snack foods. You guys, of all the canned foods I have and meals I have ready, you guys, there's so much stress that I just haven't even felt like eating. I can eat a handful of little nuts, a handful of trail mix, a pack of crackers here or there. Those are the things I gravitate towards more than the canned foods. Of course, as time goes on, you do need the nourishing meals, but at the beginning, those first few days, is so much stress. If you're like me, I can't eat because it makes me sick. So those little quick, easy things, fruit cups, the Jello fruit cups, all of those, anything especially that will put fluid into you, those are great. Baby wipes, you guys. Baby wipes and hand sanitizers. Those mostly for hands. But let me tell you, we have a product that I found at Walmart, and I'm sure they're at other stores. The brand is actually called
Water wipes.
but there are others. They're wipes that are large, and they're thicker and heavier than a baby wipe, and they're made specifically for bathing, like for home health care or camping or hiking. This is also a brand that was given to me and donated. That's the brand on it. Hygiene Joy. It's a no rinsing required elderly care post-surgery camping hiking gym, perfect for on the go. And it's a soapy bath sponge. And all you do is just wipe down with it and then wipe off with a towel. There is also, and this was also given to me, a no rinse shampoo. So those are things, this was not on my list. This was not prepared in my house. The wipes was a last minute thing. When I got caught in that tornado warning in Dublin, I went after wipes. That was the biggest thing I went for, because I knew we would lose power. Hand sanitizer, dry shampoo. There's also dry shampoos if you don't have that shampoo. A camp shower. If you look on YouTube on my community post, we didn't have an official camp shower. We just made one with a water jug and a ladder. It worked. Cash. Once the power goes out, your stores cannot handle cards. You have to have cash. Even where I'm at now, at my daughter's, one of the local chains, because their supply warehouse and their help center, it was all in North Carolina, affected by the flooding. That store can only handle cash. Of course, stores around where we are, that's all they can handle anyway, because we have no power. And we still have no power. That's not a complaint. I'm just letting you know this is what can happen. Chainsaw, bar oil for the chainsaw. We went and got more of that a couple of days ago. Gas. Make sure all of your vehicles, all of your equipment has fuel in them. If you have a way to have extra fuel, extra gas cans, the large jerry cans, highly recommend that. Batteries, of course, all sizes. Know what your flashlights, lanterns, whatever you have that needs batteries, know what size you need and have extra. Propane, have an alternate way to cook. Charcoal, protein shakes or drinks. For the times you can't eat, at least you're getting some protein in you. Sandwich supplies. That's if you have a cooler or a generator. And speaking of cooler, if you don't have a generator, find those big coolers, fill them with ice ahead of a storm if you have time. And as soon as the power goes out, take everything you have in that refrigerator, put it in that cooler. I've seen posts where people put ice in washing machines and put drinks in there. That way you don't have to worry about draining the water. The water drains itself and your drinks stay cool. Is it necessary and vital? No. Is it something that keeps you motivated and gives you encouragement during hard times? Yes. Don't underestimate needing that little bit of creature comfort. Okay, gentle soaps. I should have talked about that with the wipes for bathing. Remember, if you're using a camp shower, you can't rinse as well. And if you're a woman, you've got to be careful with rinsing. So find gentle soaps that are non-irritating and use those when you're showering. Water. Anything you can find in your home that will hold water. Bathtubs, pots, pans, pitchers, anything that holds water. When you're able, buy the big 5-gallon. We actually went and bought 5-gallon buckets. We have actual water containers that hold at least 5 gallons. I don't really know how much they hold. They're big water containers with spouts. Fill all of those. Get extra buckets. We went and bought 4 extra buckets. We could have used 10, honestly. But whatever, just fill everything you have up with water. When you're able, you can travel outside of the damaged area, and we've been able to go to truck stops and get water out of spigots to refill. Something to catch leaking water. That was not something I was expecting. Until you go through it, you don't really think about it unless somebody tells you. You need a way to catch leaking water unless there's just mass damage and you can't. We've got leaks, but thankfully the worst spots I was able to put something and catch the water. Fire striker, lighter, roasting sticks. You know, if you're going to have, like us, a lot of damage outside, you can use roasting sticks to cook out over a fire as you burn the debris. Gloves, boots, sturdy work shoes, vital. Let me back up to the snack foods. My notes are all jumbled. Easy snack foods to think about. Granola bars, drinks, the little packets you pour into water, chips, trail mix, snack cakes. Know where your landfill is. I'm not going to go there, but know where your landfill is. Something we didn't think about or prepare for, and nobody around us will take shingles. Explain that one. That's stupid. I've already told you the fruit gel cups, tarps, generator, ways to pump water from a well. If your own well, you can get pumps. We don't have, this is a prep we don't have. We knew we needed it. It was on the list. We just couldn't afford it and didn't have it. We actually have 3 wells on our property, 2 deep wells and 1 old well that was the original well that's bored. There's actually a pipe all the way down to it with the metal pipe coming out with a spigot. It needs to be pumped, and we're pretty sure we could use that, not for drinking, but for whatever you need. Flushing toilets. You can't flush toilets. You need water to flush toilets. Speaking of which, if you are able to find an outdoor toilet like for camping, you might want that. Instead of using bags, dig a hole or use bags. Either way, sawdust if you're using bags. You can check into that. That's just a thought I just had. I didn't even put that one down. A manual clothes washer. Because if you can tell, I'm not at home. I'm at my daughter's. I had to travel to come do clothes and do paperwork that we needed for the business. So those are preps after the storm that have been most valuable to me. Before the storm, what were the things I did that I'm very thankful I did? I've already talked about 1, fuel the cars, tractors, ATV, charge the golf cart battery. Buy extra gas cans and fill them. That's so important, y'all. You'll need the gas. You don't realize it, you'll need the gas. The water buckets, we've already talked about that. Fill them. Anything you can find that will hold water. The large cooler and washing machine for ice, I've already told you about that. Before the storm, y'all hear me? Wash your clothes before the storm. Everything you have except for what you're wearing, wash it. That way you have plenty of clothes afterwards. I will go as far as to say have extra underclothes in your home for everyone in your home. You will thank me. You will thank yourself. Put all of your documents in waterproof and fireproof containers, envelopes. Amazon sells waterproof, fireproof container envelope type things to put them in. Pack a go bag. Think about those people who were affected by flooding. It didn't matter what they had prepared, but if they had a go bag for those who were at home or in their car, pack a go bag. Extra clothes, snacks, blankets or an emergency blanket, fire starter, whistle, anything you would pack in a go bag. There's lots of resources out there to know what to pack in a go bag. Socks, shoes, that type thing, gloves. There's lots of, I can keep going and going, but just look at those things. Keep it by the door, keep it in your car if you're traveling away from home and bad weather's anywhere close to you. Pack 2 go bags. Have one in the car and one in the house. At this point, I'm there, you know. Did I have a go bag? No. That's one thing I did not prepare, and that will be one thing we start doing in my home. Crisco candles. Those are super easy to make. Do I have them? No. I have the Crisco, but I don't have the candles. I have the actual wicks, but I don't have the candles made. I just remembered that I actually did buy the wicks to make them, and I actually did buy the shortening to make them. That needs to be my number one thing when we get power back. The battery banks, I've already told you about that. Keep your phones charged right up until you lose power. Have contact numbers ready. Your insurance agent, roofers, repair people, outside people that will be in other parts of the country. I had someone in Kentucky on the phone with me all night until I lost power. Have an alternate way to receive weather warnings. Even if I had had a weather warning radio, you guys, it wouldn't have mattered. I had outside people who were letting me know what was going on where I was. I watched Ryan Hall, y'all, but even Ryan Hall wasn't getting warnings from my area because the whole system was down. Nobody was getting warnings for our area for anything after a certain time. So, somebody outside your area that is comfortable reading a radar and letting you know what's going on, that is great. Not everybody has that. But if you do, that's a great thing to have those contacts. And pet supplies, of course, and make sure you have those. Peace supplies. This is one that kind of took me by surprise. So, by peace supplies, what do I mean? For me, when the hurricane was coming in and it was getting really bad, guys, you can't imagine the noise. You can't imagine what it does to you. Now, my husband never rattled by weather. We have tornado warnings. He goes outside. That's just who he is. This rattled him because you cannot imagine the noise. Honestly, you all, we honestly thought we would walk outside and not find a roof on our house, or at least a good chunk of it missing. I expected to see my attic contents strewn from here to 3 counties over. And when that was coming in, I kid you not, I can't think of the name of the song, but Eye of the Storm. I think that may be the name of it. Eye of the Storm. Eyes closed, praising Jesus. The anchor holds, eyes closed, praising Jesus. But you know what, guys? I couldn't remember all the words to the songs. For me, singing praises has always been a comfort to me. Maybe prayers, written prayers, wrote prayers, maybe yours, not me. I'm just, whatever comes out of my mouth and is in my heart, that's my prayer. Music that you can put in your ears, earbuds. I don't really recommend that because you need to hear what's going on around you. But whatever items, whatever brings you peace, be prepared for those. Next time, I want songs written down. I want the words. So that's just my one little thing. So whatever your little thing is, be prepared with that. So you guys, there's my list of things. Some things that were surprising to me, you might find surprising too. I hope you can use them and take something away from me so that you can be more prepared next time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Stay safe, you all. Take care of yourselves so that you can take care of others around you. And until we meet again, may you be blessed. Love you guys. Bye-bye.